Good evening and welcome to the Whiskey Lover Society with me, Gert Retief. And tonight we are looking at another budget whiskey as part of the budget whiskey series. And tonight we're looking at another Finlaggan, and this is the red wine cask finish. It is from a Islay distillery, unknown. Even if you will do a little bit of digging, you're not going to find any information. Maybe at the end I will venture a guess or two to see which Islay is producing it. But again, it's only going to be a guess. It is a little bit of a peated whiskey. It is matured in ex-red wine cask from the Rioja region in Spain. It is non-chill filtered. It's bottled at 46% ABV. Colorwise, they don't give me any information, so I'm not sure. After the review, I will do a little bit more digging to see if I can find out if there was color added, and I will give you that information as well. Cost-wise, this one cost €50 for the bottle, so it is still under my $60 ceiling price that I set myself in order to review some budget whiskies. So I've reviewed quite a number in the last couple of weeks. So if you want to see more budget whiskies, follow the link in my bio, or I will add also some links during the videos at other ones that I have been reviewing already. So quite looking forward. A lot of the time when you do have a wine cask finish, I don't always get that wine finish. So hopefully today I will get some of it. So I poured this one a while ago. It has got a nice golden color. Again, this is a no age statement one, but I did find a little bit information, and from what I understood, it's not a very young whiskey. So sometimes you look at about maybe 6 or 7 years. But again, that is speculation. I don't know because they don't give me that information. So on the nose, on the Finlaggan Red wine cask finish. Cheers. Wow, that is so nice. So that the peat is there, but it is very lightly peated. And there's a big difference, because when I poured it maybe 15-20 minutes ago, the peat level for me was much higher. So there was a big smoky, savory smoke in the first pour. That has disappeared quite a lot. I do still get that it is a peated whiskey, but it is such a lovely, sweet, smoky flavors coming out. Love it. So summer fruits definitely appearing, and it came fast. That smoke seems to just part like the Red Sea, and they just release all this nice summer fruits. So I get a little bit of a strawberry, a little bit of a raspberry type of note, and a big black currants coming out. That soft gummy berries with the blackberry flavors, that's just something that I get on this one. This is fantastic. Loads and loads of gummy berries. I also get a little bit of a dusty note coming out. And now for me the smoke has almost disappeared. Just that light, fresh summer fruits coming out. Absolutely fantastic. So the nose is promising quite a lot. Hopefully it will go into the taste as well. So on the taste, cheers. I'm taking a small sip. It is 46% ABV. But I can tell you, I really don't get that 46% ABV. So that is really, really nice. Now, the first thing that I get is definitely it tells you that it is a smoky whiskey. A little bit of a confused smoky whiskey with all this nice fruit flavors also in the taste. It's got a little bit of an oily mouthfeel, and when that fruit's coming out. So I get a little bit of a jammy consistency, a little bit of oily, jammy strawberries, maybe mixed with a little blackberries, maybe a hint of a cranberry to give a little bit of a sour note. It is really fantastic. That little tartness in the end just balance out the quite sweet whiskey in the beginning. I really like this one. It is quite sweet. I'm quite surprised on that. The smoke, for me, is now building up. It's a little bit of a savory smoke, a little bit of a bacony type of smoke, or maybe a heavily smoked ham. And there's a little bit of an oak also kicking in. And I expected to see some oak. At this stage, on the second, or can't even remember, maybe the third sip, there was a little bit more oak on it, but for me it's still quite pleasant. Let me just give it one more. Now I get a little bit of that red wine. In South Africa, I used to love the wine that's got a little bit of a smoky flavor to it. And most of the time it will be a pinotage that you can get in my country. And they've got this little bit of a smoky finish in it. I did like it. Apparently, it's not always a good thing. A lot of people don't like it. But I like that dark, fruity flavors with a dark wine with a little bit of a hint of a smokiness. So that's something that I do get on this one. But on this one, it feels like the red wine feels a little bit like a sweet red wine for me. Not a port type of sweetness, but a little bit of maybe of the fortified variety that they have. So there's a little bit of a sweetness to it that I quite like. Maybe a little bit rambling on. But it's not always that I pick up something that with a smoky and peated whiskey that I do like this much. So sorry about the rambling, but yeah, it is really nice for me. And I think the reason that I ramble on a little bit, because some of the YouTubers have already told me, Finlaggan, but disgusting, stay away from that stuff. Well, I'm pleasantly surprised. Maybe I'm not sophisticated enough in my taste yet, but I can tell you from my perspective, from my view, I do like this one. Definitely is something that I will going to buy again. So if I look at the, now it's more perfumey, a little lightness, a little bit of almost like a little bit of a rose water coming out. I don't know where that come from. But it seems to be over a little bit of time with a little bit of oxidization. It like releases more and more of the flavors, more of the aromas. Absolutely fantastic. So if I have to describe it for the finish, I start with a nice sweetness. I get that hint of a oiliness, a little bit of a jam note with all the different type of summer fruits. I get the smokiness coming out. I get a little bit of an oak coming out. Then I get a little bit of that red wine right at the back. And then it disappears into a light smoke. And it seems to just linger and stay in your mouth for quite a long time. Absolutely fantastic. For 50 euros, I think that is a best buy of the year for me. So, the distillery. Now, for me, if I think about the ones that I've had, it reminds me a little bit of a Bunnahabhain, and also maybe a lighter Bowmore, maybe something that is not got that. I'm used to the ex-sherry cask from the Bowmore series. So quite similar to that. So I think if you take the Bowmore and you put it on into the red wine cask, could be a Bowmore, or it can be also a little bit of a Boonhaven. Just my guess. Nobody knows. Well, I'm sure somebody knows. If you know what kind of peated whiskey is they are using, please let me know in a comment. I much appreciate it. It is nice. I'm definitely going to recommend it. I'm definitely going to buy myself a couple of these bottles. And if you have tried it, let me know what you think. Is it something that you would recommend for your non-peat loving friends? Would you recommend it to your friends that do like a little bit of a peat? Is it something that you would drink yourself? Would you pay 50 euros for a 46 ABV Finlaggan? All relative. So thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. You've gone this far in my video. Time to subscribe. 86% of my regular viewers are still not subscribers. So please do me a favor. Subscribe, like, dislike, and help me also to get to the first milestone of 500. So see you next time. Cheers.